Hi, everybody. It's Lori Zachary, and we're back with the beginner eBay challenge that our group on Facebook is doing. We're cross posting from Poshmark to eBay to grow our businesses. And this is step 3, and we're talking about shipping and return policies. So, we're not going to show you how to do shipping quite yet. Wait for that. But we're going to grow your business so you can make more money. And doing this challenge, you can actually win prizes just to make it a tad bit funner, okay? So I hope you'll come onto our Facebook group and join us. Learn all about posting to eBay, as well as just be interactive with our group. Get to know everybody. We're all here to really help each other out. It's a really fun group to be in. It's all positive vibes, all very helpful. We have some good things going, so I hope that you'll come and visit us. Okay, you guys, let's get into how to do eBay. My eBay screen pulled up, and I'll make sure I add this link in the description so you can get to it yourself. But it explains what handling time is, and it's the number of business days between when you receive payment for an item and when your package is scanned by your shipping carrier. So, why it matters for handling time. Poshmark and Mercari, every platform cares how quickly that you ship. However, eBay is a lot more stringent with this. It really matters with eBay how quickly you're selling or sending out your items. It's going to make them not push your store, because this is how I've been explained that I feel like it makes a lot of sense for eBay. If eBay thinks that you can handle more business, they will give you more business. If they feel like you're an overwhelmed seller, for example, to make this simplified, then they will not send you business. So, say your handling time is set to next day, but sometimes you don't ship out for 2 or 3 days. Well, that gives you defects. It actually can put you in a position on eBay to be an below average seller, which again, when they do that, they're going to allow you to continue selling and improve. But what they're going to do is slow down the traffic to your items so that they feel like they're giving you, less responsibility, okay? I know that sounds crazy, but I was explained that from somebody that's been on eBay for almost the entire time it's been a thing. So I thought it made a lot of sense, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So how you set your handling time, there's an area we're going to go visit here in just a second, and I'll show you exactly where you set it. I just recently went to 1 day shipping. And the reason I done that is so that I could get top rated seller, get some discounts, and hopefully grow my business. So I went to free returns and 1 day handling. But for the last 2 years, I've done 3 day handling because I want to make sure that I exceed my goals instead of fail my goals in case I can't ship something now. I wanted to make sure I had my system down packed to where if I lost an item, it wasn't going to ding my whole account, because sometimes before I had my inventory system, I would possibly lose an item and it might take me 48 hours to find it. Okay. So if I have 3 days on Poshmark, 3 days on Mercari, and 3 days on eBay, I was good. Well, it's been about a year since I've lost an item. So I feel like that I have that system down packed as much as I can. Things are still going to happen. I have no doubt. But I felt like I was ready to go next day shipping. So I don't know where you're at in your journey with reselling, but just make sure you pick a very realistic goal on what your handling time is. So, how handling time is calculated, it's measured in business days, with the option for you to include Saturday and or Sundays if you ship those days. The handling time clock begins when you receive payment from the buyer and ends when your carrier scans the package, okay? So if you have 3 day handling time, if they bought this on Monday, so you've got Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, you've got to have it shipped out by then because you told them 3 days, okay? And your carrier has to scan it. So you can't throw it in the mailbox and it go out Thursday evening, or throw it in the mail at the post office into one of the boxes that's already been emptied for the day and call it 3 days, okay? So just be very particular and very disciplined with your shipping with eBay because it really matters with them. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to get to business policies because that's where you're going to take care of your shipping and return settings. So we're over here to the left. See me? Hi, Lori. Account settings. Then we're going to scroll down to business policies. Okay, and now we're here because your business policies are actually part of your shipping. Okay, so let's poke on that. Now, remember I told you guys I went to just 1-day shipping. So you're going to see mine look a lot different than yours. Okay, so you see these policies. So I have a policy of free returns because I'm offering free returns. This is the policy I have for my payment. Right here is my policy. You'll see right here, 1-day handling, first class mail. Okay, and 586 of my listings are on this, and that means that they all weigh under 1 pound. Now, you don't have to have 1 day. Again, you're going to choose what yours is, and you're going to have a lot more choices on here. But when you pull this up to do your very first listing, which we are going to actually do that, you guys, live on our call Sunday, I'm going to show you how to list on Sunday. So this will make more sense, but I want to show you where it's at so you feel a little familiar. So, okay, so this is just the rest of your policies, and you're going to have all your policies here. Get rid of the ones that are just don't keep them in there. Streamline this. Only keep the ones in your policies that you're actually going to use. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the business policies is where we're at. That has to do with shipping and basically for me, my handling time and how many items I have in that, and it's going to also give me the option to change this if I want to, and I can add more, like, see this create policies? So if I want to go back to 3-day shipping, all I have to do is add that policy back in there, and I make my own policy, and it's going to list this and say this on eBay so my customers will see it. Now my customers will get on now and they'll see, oh gosh, she has a 1-day handling time. So if I order this today, she's shipping it tomorrow. So that's the purpose, of course, excellent customer service, which is where I felt like I needed to go next with my business. Okay, let's go on to the next item. Policy. We're talking about the return policy. We're going to talk about it at a basic level. We're going to talk about it the most important things to know. Okay, so it can go deeper than this. I don't want you guys to think that in these lessons that I'm giving that it's going all the way out there. This is meant for beginner eBay. So we don't want to get overwhelmed. When we're learning something new, it's overwhelming. And if you get too overwhelmed, you get discouraged. So I just don't want that to happen. So we're going to talk about the return policy. You're going to need to choose a return policy when you list on eBay. You're going to have to offer a 30-day return, but here's where you're going to have some choices. You have to offer that 30-day return. It is part of eBay if you're selling clothing. Where you can make your choices is you can do free returns. Now, like I'm doing now, free returns and 1-day handling. That has put me to a new level on eBay, so they're going to be pushing my items more than they ever have. But again, I worked 2 years for that. I really made sure that I stayed steady and consistent and got all my systems perfect because eBay is very finicky and they don't mess around when we're late shipping. They don't mess around when we have too many returns. So I don't know about you guys, but I know like on my other sites and eBay, if I get a return, my sales slow a little bit. Well, honestly, you guys, I've had 2 free returns since I've started doing the free returns, which isn't that many. And I'm going to tell you what, because it's no hassle returns, I didn't see a hiccup in my sales going down on eBay. So it's like this give and take. I don't think you should start off like that. Like I said, I was on here 2 years. I perfected my store, my system, my consistency, my schedule, my routine before I ever decided to do that. But if you're a very disciplined person, by all means, you know you have this. If you can do it, do it. But the next thing is the returns. You don't have to do free returns. You can actually require your customer to pay for the returns, which is what I done for 2 years. And it makes you feel better because first of all, on Poshmark and Mercari, when you get a return, Poshmark and Mercari pay for that return to come back to you, right? We don't pay for that, which is probably why we see ourselves slow a little because once again, a platform's algorithm is thinking, you don't know what you're doing, or you made a mistake, or you don't give good customer service. So it's kind of a little bit of a ding. eBay just comes right out and they'll tell you it's a ding. It's in your performance levels. So they're going to tell you. But when it comes to doing your returns, don't feel overwhelmed about it. You can choose, do you want your customer to pay for the return? That is just fine. I had no problems with that. And it made me feel secure because I thought, well, somebody wasn't going to borrow an item. They wasn't going to be frivolous and just order and not pay attention to size or fit because if they knew it could be returned, they would do it. And that was my fear for 2 years until I heard many eBay sellers say they do the free returns and there's not an issue. So I finally dove into that, but I want you to know you don't have to. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go to my site and I'm going to show you exactly where your returns are now. Okay. Account settings, business policies, because our returns are also considered one of our business policies. And you see the only one that I have on here right now because I cleaned it up so I wouldn't make a mistake and list it in the wrong area. I just have free returns, but let's say I decided against that again. So I'm just going to hit create policy, return, and then here it gives us choices. So you're going to name your policy so you know what it is when you're choosing it. You're going to give a policy description. So like my free returns, it's just going to say free returns. It's not a big deal. That's more for you, your preference if you want to use that. I do not. I don't add anything in there. Okay, so this is your domestic returns and your international returns accepted. So it automatically is going to put a 30-day return and that the return shipping will be paid by the buyer, okay? So that's fine. So if that's what you want to do, then you can just hit save and you're going to know that now your buyers are going to have to pay for a return as long as if they don't want the item, okay? So that's easy. You can do that or you can do free returns. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. And to be honest with you, I have not had this be an issue, but there are bad buyers out there, okay? And if they want to return something, the person that's screaming at the manager at the top of their lungs at McDonald's because somebody didn't put pickle on their cheeseburger, okay? They're out there. And if they really want to get a return, they're going to do anything to get it. And one of the things that they can do on eBay that is going to trigger a return in their favor is INAD, an item not as described. So if you made a mistake, you didn't see a flaw, it's the wrong size, the measurements are wrong, just any of those things that someone can trigger a true return for, okay? So it's your fault. You really done the damage. That's the way eBay sees it. Now, sometimes and not often, I'm telling you guys, this is not often, but it is a thing, and I'm just warning you about it because I want to be realistic. There's going to be buyers out there that's going to say something's wrong with your item when there's nothing wrong with your item. Just remember, this is part of doing business. Take a deep breath and move on. It is what it is. Just keep going. You're going to be able to sell that item again. And guess what? If it ends up being a loss because it's your mistake actually for example, and you have to pay for the shipping to come back to you because that's what happens when it's an INAD, when it's an item not as described. The reason they're doing that is not because they can't do the return, because they can return things for 30 days. It's because they don't want to pay for that shipping. So it's honestly best in your it's best for you if you see this coming and they're adamant about it, and the item is not of great value, to just go ahead and do return and pay for the shipping. That way you don't have a ding against your account. I'm just touching on that much, and I'm not going to go any further into that, but it's a thing, and it's a practice that a lot of large eBay sellers do, that it's just like the customer's always right. Whether they're right or not, they're always right, and that way all's right with eBay, and there's no defects against your account. Okay, so I hope this has given you little tidbits of information. Again, if this was not well explained, I apologize. I'm not a teacher. I am just doing this honestly out of the goodness of my heart to help people that's not on eBay overcome their fear of being on eBay, because I truly believe being on Poshmark and eBay and Mercari and whatever platforms that you can be on is just going to be better for your business, because you're not depending on just one to perform. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time, and make sure you watch for our post for the challenge and prize. Bye-bye.